supersonic choppers here. And I have to say that Thanksgiving is what really made me love and appreciate these products more than anything. Because if you have your favorite Thanksgiving recipes, I know for me, one of them is this salad that I'm going to show you tonight, this cranberry salad. And the other one is dressing or stuffing, however, I don't know what your how you talk about it, but we call it dressing in the South. So this dressing that we make, you're required to cut up 2 large onions and a couple of really big pieces of celery. You have to chop them very finely to fit in the mix. So I was preparing to do that one, Thanksgiving morning, and I thought, I have this. I was new in Tupperware. I said, let me just try this out. I'm going to see how it goes. Had my cutting board out. My onions were ready to go, and I was prepared to stand there for the next 10 or 15 minutes. But I put them in then it was a Power Chef, not the supersonic like we have now. And I'm not kidding you, in just 30 seconds like that, I was finished. I couldn't believe it. I thought, oh my goodness, I have time to do something else. But that is really what sold me on this. And I love the fact now that we have 3 different sizes. So if you're doing half an onion, maybe you'd prefer to have our little mini. And this is great too. I loved I love the fact that you can do not just that, but you can do herbs with this, garlic with this. And, garlic is another one of those things that's really hard to chop up, but you put it in here and zip, 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 a couple of pulls, and it's perfect, just like you want it. And then we have the tall, which works beautifully for those in-between projects that you may have. And great for a person, like if there's just one in your household, this is perfect too, because not only does it come with this wonderful blade or chopping blade that we use, but it also comes with a paddle. So you can mix all kinds of things with it. You're not just limited by to chop. You can mix things like salad dressing or what is that lovely stuff that goes on top of everything? Whipped cream, thank you, pancake mix, all of that. So, but that's for, again, great thing for this if there's one in your household. And then there was one. This, by far, I use it for so many things. And this is just one recipe, but I'm telling you, I use this. Carrie loves to use it because he makes chicken salad, he makes tuna salad, egg salad, all of that. And that's in addition to salsa and guacamole and just anything that you can chop, mix, blend. This is definitely your friend. And the fact that it doesn't scoot across here because of the great seal here on the bottom is a big, big benefit. And of course, we have a funnel here that makes it very easy to add things to your recipe. Any kind of oils or flavorings, that kind of thing. But we're not going to use that tonight. So I'm going to put it away, and then I'm going to conveniently cover that space so we won't have anything splashing up on us. And tonight we're going to use the chopping mechanism. And I love the fact that they always put this great shield over it, because these blades are very, very sharp. And they are designed so that when you're pulling the cord, they pull 7 times for each time you pull your string and your cord, and that it causes everything to come back up on itself. I mean, it doesn't just it's not static. It brings it back up so that it gets chopped over and over again. And that's how you can control whether or not your chop is very fine, which is what I'm going to use now, or whether or not your chop is rough chopped. Because if I'm making something like a Salisbury steak, or I'll want my onions and green peppers and all of that, I'll want it to be nice and chunky. Whereas tonight, we're going to use fresh cranberries. And fresh cranberries have a lot of medicinal purposes. They're very, very good for you. They're one of those cleansing fruits that adds a lot of vitamin C and a lot of other antioxidants to your diet. And this particular recipe uses half of a bag. So it's half a bag that you get. I wash them and drain them and put them in here because now I'm going to add them to my my recipe. And again, if you've ever chased those little things around trying to chop them up, if I made 1 or 2 of these salads during the holiday season, that was about all I had my patience for. But I just want you to see how fast. Now, like I said, this is a half of a bag. So I put them in here. Okay, I have 7 chops, and now they're chopped perfectly. I don't know if anybody timed me. Could that have been at least 10 seconds? I'm not sure. I don't think so. But this is the size of the chop that you want because this is now going to go into my recipe. Let me get out my recipe here and show you. Now, earlier, I made the beginning part of this, which is gelatin, and I just used Jello. I always use either a red or a green. They're the holiday colors, and they're just beautiful. And I usually make at least 1 red and 1 green when I do it. Now, this is what they call soft set, which just means it's just starting to thicken. So now I'll add all of these into my recipe, and I'll post this recipe for you. I have to say that the original recipe has a lot more sugar in it. So depending upon how you like things, I did not put as much sugar in it as the recipe calls for. Then my favorite, I think nuts make everything good. And these are almonds, slivered almonds. Again, another great healthy nut, very good for you. And then finally our citrus, which is oranges. I cut a couple of, I don't know, 2 or 3 oranges. I always put more than is required. Now I'll mix this up. And because it is soft set, they're not all going to the bottom. It is here on the top. So at this point, I'll pour it right into my mold. Just like this. And now cover it. And through the power of modern television, I'm going to show you what this looks like. Oh, so we're going to say, voila, look at this. It's just so beautiful. Look at that. Now, see, I did a green one earlier. You can see and how easy this is. I don't know how anybody can live with just 1 gel ring mold because, again, I have to make a couple of these and I have to have one to use for an ice ring as well. So now here we are and ready to serve. So this is beautiful on your Thanksgiving or Christmas table, you know, a red one at one end, a green one at the other, and know that it really, I mean, I know it's Jello, but it is still a lot healthier because everything in it is raw. Nothing is cooked. They're all fresh ingredients. And if you are like some of my friends who are very health conscious, you don't have to use the packaged Jello. You can use a gelatin that you flavor yourself with beets or there are all kinds of things that you can use to make it beautiful colors. So, and you can add your honey or sugar, whatever, no sugar, however you want to do it, and just allow the fruits to be your sugar. But there you have it. One of my favorite recipes using one of my favorite products all the time. So hope you enjoy.